It was pretty grim in Blackpool today, and it wasn't just the heavy rain and leaden skies casting a gloom over the town. The resort is among a group of seaside locations identified by the Centre for Social Justice, where it says former hotels are converted into cheap flats, attracting people on low incomes, welfare claimants and the vulnerable. It's all a far cry from the resort's so-called heyday, when it regularly attracted millions of holidaymakers and the hotels were always full.
You've seen the collapse of tourist industries that used to employ a lot of local people. And since that's been happening since the 70s, you're now looking at 2, maybe 3 generations of people who have been out of work. And that's hit aspirations quite hard, it's hit the local economy very hard. You've seen a lot of properties that were bed and breakfasts, were hotels, being converted into cheap accommodation, being converted into bedsit. That's attracting people from outside of Blackpool to go and live there, live there. So you've got a density of problems that you didn't really have before.
The council recognises the problem and blames it on the availability of very cheap accommodation from often unscrupulous landlords. Blackpool does, of course, have its fans, but much has been made recently of the poverty here in the resort and the low life expectancy levels. And this new report highlights another worrying statistic. It's today been revealed that Blackpool has the highest rate of children in care of anywhere in England. The council says it is tackling the problem with selective licensing, where landlords have to ensure properties are up to standard and tenants are vetted. It's begun operating the scheme in the South Shore district of the town.
It's very good because you've got to have adequate size rooms and in good condition, and you've got to conform to all these regulations to make sure you get good tenants in them.
We need to have a joined-up approach in government departments so that they look at seaside and coastal towns in the same way as we would look at the problems of rural areas or the problems of inner cities.
Blackpool Council's leader says the government could do more by giving the authority control over the housing benefits budget and allow it to increase its selective licensing. This, it's claimed, could stop the resort being labelled as a dumping ground for the vulnerable.